number one.
Jimmy is being a cheap ass. You know, I'm like, damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens to our podcast.
Right, we're the best. You know, they say people that cuss are more honest. So I'm an honest motherfucker. Put the fish away, Reggie.
It don't even hurt to give birth anymore.
Not for me.
Nothing to it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I want to do it.
I wear a thong. I got one on right now. You want to see?
Jimmy and Geek. Madhouse Bar Talks, baby.
Man, this is a bunch of shit, if you ask me. That doesn't make no sense.
Where was the laugh, ha, 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 that time? I told you it wasn't there. I don't know where that came from last time. That was weird. I don't know where in the world that came from. It's December 1st.
Oh.
2024 is almost over. Ain't that a bitch? Crazy year, too.
So, think of everything that happened this year. What did you think?
I would have to say it's like this election cycle with, like, Robert Kennedy joining forces with Trump and Elon Musk joining forces. I mean, it's just the whole thing's crazy. It's nuts.
Our video looks like it's froze. Oh, as soon as I said it, it cleared up.
Did it? That you got your sound on over there. I can hear it coming through.
I do too.
The the Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good.
Was it?
A couple friends' house.
Nice. Did you see all the tweets from our president and former presidents?
No.
I'll start with our current president. Okay. Our current president said, and here we go. Let me find it here for you guys with the right screen. Yeah, there it goes. Our current president says, "Hey, happy Thanksgiving. May we use this moment to take time for our busy lives and focus on what matters most, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and the fact that we've been blessed to live in America, the greatest country on earth." It's pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Now let's see what Obama had to say. Where's Obama's? All right, here's Obama's. Obama is, "Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today, every day, let's remember the importance of giving back and showing our gratitude to those who have given so much." Does he think it's Veterans Day? I mean, it's a nice thing, but, like, you know, it sounds more like a Veterans Day post, right? Don't it?
I don't know.
And now, our future president. Happy Thanksgiving to all, including the radical left lunatics who have worked so hard to destroy our country. Oh, I was dying when I seen it, dude. I was dying. I was absolutely dying. I kind of feel like those three messages like kind of put 2024 in a nutshell. And then Ohio State, did you see that yesterday?
I ain't turn on the TV.
So, and it wasn't just Ohio State. Ohio State started it, certainly, but they definitely were with, they definitely were not like the main, like the only ones. In fact, they didn't even have the biggest fight of it all. So Michigan beats Ohio State yesterday. Okay. They beat Ohio State, and then after beating Ohio State, they try to plant their flag on the field in Columbus, and Ohio State said, "Oh, hell no." So an all-out brawl erupts on the field. You know what I mean? It was wild. And then they get it almost broke up, and then another Michigan player starts running around, and he's got this flag, and he's like waving it. And they snatched it up, ripped it off of there, threw it on the ground. It was nuts. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. It's wild. I mean, it was wild. And then he ends up, Ryan Day ends up like saying at the end of it, going, going, yeah, our guys are proud. So when they tried to plant their field, they just weren't having it. That's all he said about it. That's it. And I heard he got fined like $1 million or some shit. You know what I mean? Because he didn't come out better than that, basically. But, I mean, they weren't the only ones that did this yesterday. I mean, they started it. They were the first one that seemed like, well, actually, I think there was one that was taking place at the same time. Actually, right around the same time. I mean, it's nuts. Like, it's an actual full-on brawl.
It looks wild as shit.
And you think you go, oh man, that's wild. You know what I mean?
They ain't getting hurt though. They're uniformed up. Just let them.
I mean, except for the fact that the security in Columbus freaking maced all the Michigan players. You've seen the Michigan players on the side of field going, ow, ow, you know, like with their eyes and stuff, but you didn't see any Ohio State players over there doing it. I'm not saying they did it on purpose, but yeah, so it happened. That same thing, South Carolina and Carolina, they tried to plant their flag, and a fight broke out. And then Arizona State, they tried to put their, like, I guess it's like a spear, pitchfork, whatever, like that Neptune spear type thing. They tried to stick that in the middle of their logo, and they freaking came out and were fighting. They were like arm wrestling over it, basically. And then Florida and Florida State, same thing. Florida and Florida State looked like a bigger brawl, honestly. Wow. Like a way bigger brawl. It was wild. And Ohio State losing yesterday means Ryan Day's got to lose his job, I think. I mean, he can't beat Michigan. He's 10-1 going into the game yesterday. And Michigan's like, what, 5-6 or 6-5 or something like that? And you can't beat them? And our kicker, is who lost, a kicker, missed 2 field goals, 34 and 38 yarders. Should be like a chuck them in there type, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he misses them, and then all of a sudden we get what we get, I guess. I don't know. Pretty wild day though for college football. I mean, it's rivalry week is always rough, but that was a little bit much.
They're probably going to make some kind of rule about that now.
What do you mean? I'm wondering, like, what if they, like, suspend them and won't let them play? Because, like, I think Ohio State's still going to be in the playoffs at this point. They'll just be down. They were, like, number 2, and they expanded it this year. So there's, like, 8 teams or something instead of just 4. So they'll actually still end up in the playoffs. But what if they, like, suspend some of the players, and then all of a sudden you're in the playoffs with not your good players, and you know.
Yeah, it's kind of rigging it.
Yeah, I mean that's no different than the one team. Did you see the volleyball team, the college volleyball team, the girls volleyball?
When?
They're the San Jose, I think is who it is. They're like in the playoffs now, and I think they're like into almost like the final games of the playoffs too. And some of it's because nobody will even play them because they got like a superstar on their team. That's a guy. That's a transgender.
I wouldn't play him either.
Yeah. So there's a lot of teams that just went, nope, not playing them.
Wow.
Yeah. And they've rolled on it a couple times. Like everybody's going, oh, it's okay. I mean, the superstar of the team
on a woman's team
is a man. Yes, absolutely. That's insanity. That doesn't make any sense. But that's where we're at. So they really don't care if it's rigged or not.
Yeah, they're just not going to deal with it anymore.
But they're dealing with that right now. I heard too, like part of that, like I guess if San Jose goes any further, I think like the next state that they go in, there's rules where that they can't play a transgender in the next. Is it Michigan? Maybe I can't remember where they said they would have to play next. Which I don't understand because I thought the NCAA was just the rules were across the board. I thought, but I did see something about that.
Yeah, like I said, pretty soon it's going to be. They just ain't going to tolerate it. If you go in a boxing match and you're a female and there's a biological man across the ring, you're gonna be like, I ain't playing.
Yeah, it's like that one you said. That one you said a long time ago. I'm gonna dominate this league.
Yeah, that was in the UFC, or not UFC. It was a mixed martial art thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it was UFC though. But yeah, that's people are just gonna be like, yeah, I ain't doing it. Bye. So, and that's what they should do.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I think you're right.
They should just, no, biological guy. Well, not doing it.
Yeah, it's common sense. It seems like
that's how you retaliate.
It's like there's no adults in charge.
Yeah,
that's like we said that before. It's like there's no adults in charge. You know.
Yeah, that's like, would you put your little girl in a like a little wrestling match with the guy? No.
No, I wouldn't. No.
They do though. Girls be kicking their ass sometimes too. I mean, can you imagine it?
I mean, it's still fucked up, but it's different to wrestle than it is to box, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, but I mean, same with volleyball. It's a little different than boxing, but still, it doesn't make sense. Why should these girls that work so hard have to go compete with men?
That's why I say, why is this a question?
Yeah.
Why are we even talking about this?
And they talk about someone's rights. It's like you're ruining. I mean, the whole NCAA female volleyball squads, like their rights are all being revoked for one person. It doesn't make sense. It's crazy.
Yeah, I take the loss. I just walk away.
That's what they did. There's been like 3 teams, I think, that have done that. Just went, yep, oh, well, forfeit.
Yeah.
So they're like in where they're at, and they haven't even played any playoff games yet. Yeah. Because people were just like, nope, oh, well.
So what does that do to the integrity of the whole sport?
It destroys it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's you know, I would think so. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that's going on. Which that's a big deal, like, to everybody. Everybody's freaking out over the San Jose bullshit, you know what I mean? Mm. Which I don't understand why the NCAA can even make that argument or try to make that argument. I don't even understand it, like how they can even believe that's possible, that's the right move. And it just doesn't make sense to me. But it is what it is, I guess. So what do you got for your year in review?
Nothing.
It's been a rough year for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost killed Dylan's cat.
How?
It's really maybe out yet still. I'm still not in the clear, I don't think 100%.
What'd you do to it?
Well, my mom, her vet gives her dog flea treatment for the cat, okay? And she's put her on it before, and she's got some flea things going on, like mites or something, and we put it on her before, and it made it go away. It was great. She got it from her vet, you know. So Thanksgiving Day, when she's over, she orders, you know, the medicine, and Amanda goes, well, it's for dogs. And I go, but my mom put it on it before. Who cares? So I put it on. Well, then Amanda starts researching it. After I put it on, mind you, like, she could have researched this shit before. I'm just saying. She puts it on, and the one my mom put on before was Advantage. And all over the internet, they say Advantage is great. It works great on cats. You could split it between the cat and dog. It's wonderful. But what my mom bought was Advantix. And it's got 44% of it as a medicine that could be fatal to a cat. So we read that, and all of a sudden I'm with soap and water trying to wash it off of her and stuff. She's acting funny. Like, she's just hanging out in Dylan's room, like, not coming out.
Yeah.
I actually walked her over to the water bowl yesterday. She did get some water, but yeah, Dylan will not forgive me. It will not happen. There will be no forgiving me if I kill this cat.
That would be his mom killing his cat.
How? I put it on her. She didn't want to put it on her.
Oh, I thought you meant...
It would be me and my mom did it.
But who got the stuff?
My mom.
Oh, so it's your mom's fault, not yours.
No, it ain't my mom's fault. Well, we didn't know. I mean, you know what? Honestly, it's the vet's fault, because the vet's the one who's giving her this stuff. You know, and why is it too that it's like the chemical in it, or even the name brand, Advantix, Advantage. You know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to really remember for sure that it was Advantage last time and not Advantix. Like now to this day, I would remember, but I mean, your vet gives you Advantage and you put it on for dogs and you put it on your cat, it works. Why wouldn't you buy Advantix and put it on your dog and it works, or cat and it works? I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it makes sense, but then when you look, there's a chemical that's in Advantix that's not in Advantage. Which, by the way, is only a couple letters off of the actual chemical that is an Advantage and not Advantix. Like, you really, like, you'd never look at it and go, oh, it's got that. Because it looks exactly like what it says on that wrap. Like, it's crazy.
Did you just say that it was the vet's fault?
Yeah.
How?
Because he gave her flea medicine for a dog and told her it's okay and works.
But if you'd got the same one he gave, then it would have been all right.
I get that, but you're going to give her one that sounds so close? Like, how are they supposed to know?
Well,
why even do that? If it's not made for cats, then why would a veterinarian give it to them?
Didn't you say it worked great?
It did work great. But
That's
why?
That's why.
Well, don't they have flea ones that work great for cats?
Probably not.
I'm guessing they probably do. Why do they have it then?
I don't know. The one works for dogs works really good. Right?
Well, it did in the case that we had. It worked really well.
That was the one he suggested getting.
Before, yeah.
He never suggested getting that one.
Yeah, but but they're spelled so close. Like that's just an accident waiting to happen. You know what I mean? That's just an accident waiting to happen. It's like when you order, like I remember years ago, I was downtown Cleveland and I ordered it was right when Rumshada come out. Rumshada. Right when it came out. I wanted Jack Honey and Rumshada. It tastes like a Cheerio. You know what I mean? And I'm downtown at, I forget where we were. I can't remember. But we're downtown Cleveland, one of the big bars. It's loud. And I tell him what I want. And I throw it back. Dude, I almost fucking puked because she got me Cumshada. And Honey Cheerio, or Honey Jack. Oh my God, it was the worst thing ever. She couldn't hear me, though, I guess. And it sounded so much like that. Mm. So it's similar. It's a similar thing. When they're spelled the same or sound the same or whatever you want to call it. How are you supposed to know the difference? That's just dumb, in my opinion. Or why don't they just label one with cat medicine on it? You know, with the same ingredients on that one, but it's for cats. Safe for cats, it should say. Right? Something. Either way, I'm in trouble if that cat dies, is all I'm saying. Dylan will hate me. Not even a little bit. He'll hate me. Like, literally hate me. Not much I could do about that. He's going to hate me. Mm. And we've washed it off of her now and stuff, but I don't know. It says could cause vomiting, seizures, and then it says could be fatal. So what I'm praying for is that yesterday I gave it to her. No, not yesterday. The day before. So Friday. But she wasn't acting right yesterday, for sure. Wasn't acting right. Scary. Dylan will freaking hate me, dude. It will hate me. Absolutely hate me. I can't have it. So
why didn't you just take it to the vet?
Take what to the vet? Because they're bullshit. Because for one, it's a burden to take that cat to the vet. That cat doesn't leave the house. That cat won't leave the house. It won't go outside. It won't. You could open the doors, leave them all wide open. That cat will look out there, but it'll never leave the house. So to cage it up and take it there is a pain in the ass. Mm. And I don't think you need to take it to a vet for fleas. Oh, you mean right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I probably should, but she's not showing any symptoms. If she does, we will for sure. The only thing she's doing is laying around, which I don't know what that means, but she's not like, she's fine. She's running around. Like she not running around, but like yesterday she came out, she ran up to Amanda and then I put her over there by her food and then she ran back up into Dylan's room. So she's moving around fine, but she is laying around in his room for sure. 100%.
She ain't throwing up.
Isn't throwing up or nothing. And we washed it off like within 20 minutes, something like that. We washed it off of her. So I don't know. Scary though. I don't want to be that. Dylan will hate me. Legit. He's a cat lover, which is weird. I liked cats too, but I wasn't really a cat lover like him. That's odd, isn't it?
Nah.
Which now he's starting to get into Tipsy though.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's never
It's
been
about
like,
the same thing though.
No, because dogs and cats are different.
That dog, that little ass thing. Yeah, it's about the same thing.
Little, that dog weighs 25 pounds or something now.
But it's still this
little
big.
fat ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fat.
It's not fat. It's solid, is what it is.
Yeah,
It's a little stout thing. It's cool. It's bleeding. It's got diapers on now.
Oh, jeez.
I was getting ready to go on air with Fousey, and Amanda calls me right before we go on air, and she's like, Tipsy's an adult. I'm like, what the or a woman. That's what she said. Tipsy's a woman. And at first it took me a second. I'm like, huh? What does that mean? And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, and because they're built so weird, they can't even like take care of it themselves. So she's got to be on a diaper because she can't even. Her head won't reach down back there to take care of it at all. Like she doesn't take care of anything back there. That's why we had to wipe her ass before.
How's that been going?
The diaper thing? That's not bad. That doesn't even bother me a little
Talk about
bit.
the ass thing.
No, she's good now. Yeah, now that as an adult, right now, there's nothing coming out. But we're keeping her on the same food. We don't mess with her food at all. People think we're weird. They're trying to give her a biscuit. We're like, no, it's like, nope. She keeping the exact same diet. I don't give a shit, and it works.
I got a friend that feeds his dog all kinds of shit. I'm like, you killing that dog, man. That dogs ain't made for that.
I don't know if they're out in the nature. They just not put their nose in anything they can get their hands on.
No.
Why not?
They ain't in nature. They wasn't born into nature and all that shit.
Of course they were born in nature when they were original.
When they're original? Do you mean domesticated? Like, yeah.
Before they were domesticated. I mean, they were a wild animal at one point, right? Or no?
I don't know. You got dogs that was bred to be.
Well, yeah, you do have that. Yeah, like our
It's a
dog.
Maltese is what I'm saying. Yeah, he's feeding it all kinds of weird shit. I'm like, you're killing that dog.
Yeah, Maltese. Oof. That's probably like, that's one of them long-haired things too. It's probably got all kinds of cocky butt from all that crazy food.
He just feeds it ham and kibasi and like pieces of pie. And I'm like, what the hell you doing? That ain't no.
That's how my grandpa did
Junkyard
Chico,
dog.
though. Rowdy's dog when he was a kid, Chico.
What was it?
I don't know what the hell Chico was. I don't know.
Was it big or small?
Smaller, medium, maybe. It wasn't small like mine, but it wasn't a big dog. It was probably medium size, Chico was. But he would like go cook it chicken and shit, like its own chicken.
Yeah, that's I don't know about chicken, but I'm just saying all the weird shit, like, that processed shit, a lot of processed shit. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
kibasis and shit. I'm like,
It's not good for us to eat processed shit either.
yeah, I think we could handle it more than a little Maltese.
I doubt it.
Shit.
Their life's already short. So if their life
That's what
is
I'm
like
saying.
14 years and
So
you
if you
get
take-
feed at that and it lives 12, that's no different than us when we cut ourselves off and we live 100 years
It
or
ain't
we
gonna
live
be- It
60.
ain't gonna live to 12. It's gonna be about 7. The shit he feeds his dog, I'm like, dude, you're killing that dog. I don't know. I don't care what you say.
That's pretty rough, 12 or 7. Damn.
Watch. I tell him too.
Yeah, that's a little bit much, 12 or 7. I don't think that's true, though. Is
What?
it? 12 or 7. Or 7, I mean. That's too like,
We'll see.
that seems too light
It's only
to me.
like 2.
What do you mean?
The dog's 2 right now.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, we'll
Don't
see.
matter yet.
We'll see.
Trying to look at what my photos are.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just never wrong, and that's the problem.
You're never wrong.
And that's what I think sometimes.
He's never wrong. Dylan got his PC for his birthday. He's got like a gaming PC. It's got a screen that's probably as wide as long as this one that we have behind us, but it's only like this wide, like this tall, like maybe say 12 inches tall, 49 inches wide. Just
He's been
wraps
on it?
around him. Yeah. Yeah, yesterday he had his birthday party. All the kids were over. They were playing on the big screen because, down in that lower room, we got the big screen down there. So they were all playing on there because we put that computer in his in the middle room. I feel like it has to be in the middle room. You can't let a 12-year-old just have a computer in his room, right? That's too much.
I don't know. I would let him until he didn't follow the rules, I guess.
I don't know. I don't like it. I like to just see what's going on, catch it in case something happens. Too many people go after kids, man, on that shit. They're creepy bastards. I don't trust people.
What's going to be the difference if he's in his room or he's in that room?
I could see him.
So he ain't allowed on it when you ain't home?
Well, Amanda's home. He's never at home by himself.
No, I understand that. Anyway, I'm saying. Like, you're not going to watch him all the time he's on it.
But we're always home.
Okay.
You could see that room from anywhere, pretty much. You could hear what's going on with it, all that stuff.
Dylan's not a dumb kid, first of all.
I'm not saying he's a dumb kid. I'm not saying that. I'm not worried about him going to look at porn. I'm sure he's going to do that when he gets a chance, first chance he gets.
And you'll know once he's in his shower for a long time.
Like Brandon used to be. That was the best when Deb come over the one day and she goes, I don't know what the hell's going on. I've been through so much shampoo, and you're looking at Brandon sitting there. He's got a butch. His hair's about that long. I just started dying laughing, and she's like, what? And I'm like, nothing. No, I mean, that doesn't bother me. I'm worried more about, the adults that go into those gaming sites and, like, mess with kids.
No,
that's what's confusing to me, or that's what I don't like. Because now it's not like when we were kids. When we played games when we were kids, they were independent. Now they're all like linked. So when you're on even a gaming system, you're all over the world is connected to you. It's not like it used to be. They game together now. That's just, I don't like it. That's not good. So yeah, I'd rather just see what's going on. I'm not saying I'm going to watch him the whole time he's there, but, if something odd comes up, I'll catch it, or hopefully he'll catch it. I got a better chance in that room than in his bedroom where I never go. That's all I'm saying. No, you're right. He's not a dumb kid. He's not a bad kid either, by any means. He doesn't do too much messed up stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think I'd have nice talks with him and just put it in his room.
No, and we'll leave it right where it's at.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not. Why? I mean, just whatever. It could stay there.
To me, it seems like it's a false. How would you say it? Like you feel safer, but it's false. It's still. I don't know.
I feel like it keeps him at least on his toes, where he at least has to worry that we're going to be watching. And I'm not even saying right now, but like a year from now, maybe, or 6 months from now, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Because he's already got like the kid across the street, like, oh look, it's 420. He's like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, what does that mean to you? And he goes, nothing. And then his mom goes, oh, he's just always watching them drug shows or whatever. And it's like, I mean, so he's learning stuff that he pretends he doesn't know. Like when we say stuff, he pretends he doesn't understand it, but he knows 100. Yeah, he does 100%. That's him. He's like, huh? What? He knows 100% what we're talking about every time, but he plays it pretty well. He pretends, and I even think his mom buys it.
I believe it.
His mom had me yell at him yesterday. He got like his birthday money. He got like $100. He got 75 and then 25. And he gave it to her both times. And then he's like, she said, I don't have that. Where's that other 25? Because I gave it to you. She said, no. And she's looking. She checks everything. She's looking at me. She goes, I don't have it. And then she said something to him again. He goes, check your pocket, Mom. I don't have, I gave it to you. And it pissed me off, just the cockiness of it. And I go, your mom, I'm yelling at him, dude. I'm like, your mom said she don't have it, so check your fucking pocket. I was pissed, you know what I mean? And then Amanda pulls it out of her pocket. I go, never mind, your mom's an asshole. Yeah, I felt like about an inch tall, maybe something to that effect. It was not good. But yeah. So my year in review is that I got my concrete done.
Most of your yard.
Some of my yard. Changed that door that I wanted to do, rearranged the outside, put that front porch on, which I've been wanting to do. Haven't finished the she shed. That's not going to happen in 2024. That's a 2025. That's a project 2025.
That'd probably springtime. That'd be quick.
What's that?
Be quick to finish that off in the spring.
Well, it's framed up. Could go finish it now if we wanted to. Just throw a heater out there and work on it if I wanted to. But I just have to have money. I've been broke this year, man. They're killing me this year. All the money I've had to put out and everything, it's just like, it's too much.
I've just been steady this year. Nothing over, nothing under. Just steady.
Yeah, no, I've been broke.
Yeah,
most of the year.
Between jobs, I thought I was going to have some time off. That didn't work.
Yeah, what happened now? What, are you going to get laid off now or no?
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
It'll be a couple weeks, though.
Let me see. Yeah.
Right before Christmas?
Yeah, something like that.
That's perfect. Good thing you don't have a family.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to get all your shopping done before Christmas. I'm a take that last paycheck that I get the time before Christmas. That's when I buy all my Christmas presents.
Yeah, it's 1 week's check.
That's pretty much how I've been my whole life.
Yeah, but like I said, this year has been just steady. I ain't had really financial problems, and I ain't really accomplished stuff I wanted to. So
this has been the worst. Well, the thing is the electric bills are outrageous right now. You know, gas isn't too bad. Water bills, like I got water bill, I got sewer, I got storm, I got there's 4 bills for the water service that comes here. I got to pay Elyria water, Lorraine water, I got to pay storm, and then there's a whole nother septic one I have to pay.
So Elyria is not the same, right, as Lorraine about garbage? It's not with your water? Or is it separate, or is it together?
I'm not in Elyria, I'm in the township, but I pay separate. But I'm in the township. But this year they switched to Rumpke instead of, it's been that Allied Waste Management forever, and all of a sudden it's Rumpke now. They lost that contract.
Yeah. Rumpke's been booming around here.
Yeah, they're tearing it up. I don't know what the difference is. I know Allied got a hold of me to try and put a dumpster here, but it's like, yeah, I don't feel like playing those games with anybody. Yeah. I mean, I've put Rumpke's been here since I've had the place, and the bill hasn't changed.
Right.
That's a long time for the bill to have not changed. I think I'm going to roll with that. I don't have to worry about them upping me next month or upping. Right. I mean, it's changed because I got a bigger dumpster. Because I remember we used to have a lot smaller dumpster.
And did not work.
Not with the patio. Once the patio went on, I couldn't use that smaller dumpster no more. But yeah, it's been the same. I haven't had no issues with it. But electric-wise is outrageous. The electric bills here, the food bills have been outrageous, and sales have been down. I think people just aren't coming out as much. Because you would think this year I should have had a lot of business. Phases closed down the street.
They just closed down not long ago.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anything from that. Of course, she told everybody I was racist before she quit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then Maple, I really don't have a lot of Maple crowd to come in here. I mean, I think people just can't afford to go out right now. I think everybody's strapped because groceries, really electric.
There's like, I don't know. I don't see too many people at bars like they used to be. Like it was like the big Friday night thing is go to the bar.
Up until 2020, and even after we reopened in 2020, but then after that, it's just kind of like died off. And none of them are staying open later anymore, and it's just, I don't know, it's a weird business to be in right now, in this area anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, you just don't see it like it. Like I said, when we was younger, in our late 20s or whatever, that was the thing. You find a different bar or a bar to go to on a Friday.
Yeah, well, you had a Thursday night bar spot, you had a Friday night spot, and a Saturday night spot. Right. That's just kind of how it was, yeah. And in fact, at some point, I think we even had like some Tuesday night spots too, or something like for pull or something.
But back then I don't remember too many of them being open on Sunday.
Bars?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't remember too of them because I remember we would want to do something on a Sunday and we're like, they're closed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it's different.
It's definitely different. So I'm feeling it because it costs the same to run the refrigeration in the bar. It costs the same with the electric to cool off the place, light the place. Like it doesn't matter. So if sales are down and those bills are going up, that's a problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I put new like units in here, like air conditioners and furnaces when I did, because had I not done that, who knows where my bill would have got, because that reduced it at the time almost immediately. You know what I mean? But then all of a sudden it started catching back up to where it was before, because of the bill. I mean, that's what $1,900 in the summer it was, But it's only like, say, $1,600 now, $1,700 without so the air conditioning doesn't really cost me that much with the new units in there. It's pretty efficient, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Works pretty good.
Before it'd be nice and cool in here, and then it'd be hot the same day. You're like, what the hell? It shut down or whatever.
Yeah, somebody said we don't have the working crowd anymore, Lorraine, on welfare, and it's sad but true. I mean, I think I think there's something to be said about that. I think that's true to some degree.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. We had the mill, Ford.
Well, I mean, we didn't have that in 2019.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Well, we did okay in 2019. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's causing it, but I think that it's just the actual cost of going out, or And quite frankly, it's more expensive to eat now when you come out here. You know what I mean? Like, back then I think you could do a burger for like $8. Now they're like $15 for a burger. So not only your bills are higher at home, it's going to cost you more to go out. If you go out, say you and you take somebody with you, like your girlfriend or your wife or something, you go to the bar and have a drink and eat some food. You probably are looking at spending $50 to $60. You know what I mean?
Oh, at least, yeah.
And that's a lot when a guy's, if you did that once a week, that's a lot. If you do it twice a week, it's freaking a huge chunk of your paycheck. You know what I mean? And your bills are higher. At home, your groceries are higher. Your, everything's higher.
And your hourly is staying the same.
Right. Yeah. That's a big thing. With this whole like illegal immigrants that they keep talking about, did you see they had somebody said, who's gonna pick our strawberries, and who's gonna do our drywall, and who's gonna do all these different things? And it's like, has America, like, it's just slave labor? That's all they care about? Like, they want cheap slave labor. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's what they're trying to use illegal immigrants as. People that can't turn them in for not paying them enough.
That's what it is.
That's ridiculous. It's like you're supposed to, like, as Americans, get over it. You're going to have to pay for services. If you want somebody to do something for you, you're going to have to pay for it, or you're going to have to go do it yourself. That's just the way it is.
No, it's not the way it is.
It's the way it is. Should be. That's the way it's going to be. If you get rid of illegals and they're not picking cotton and maid services, and that's all it is. They're like trying to get all these different things for cheap, and quite frankly, they're the same things that slaves were doing in the slavery days. That it's like nobody wants to pay for their services.
Yeah, it's the American way.
That's ridiculous.
Have them all work and don't pay them.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
But
that is what they're doing.
Been.
And if you talk about like the illegals that come into the country, think about the fact I had some move in across the street from me about 4 years ago in one of the houses that's a rental over there. There was about 8 of them in there. They'd load up in their van and go to work. So what are they but slaves? It's the same thing. A slave owner used to make sure you had food and housing and take care of you however he needed to take care of you.
No, there's a big
And that's all they're doing is giving them just enough money to do that.
But there's a big difference.
What's the difference?
They're not made to do it.
I get it. They're not whipping them, but
No, I ain't saying whipping them. I'm just saying they're not forced to do it.
I don't know.
And then when they go home and take that little bit of money they're making here, and they go home, that's a lot of money there. So that's benefiting them. I don't see, I
don't like it. I think it needs to just all go away.
It's not going to, but I'm just saying.
It may.
I doubt it.
There's a possibility it could happen.
It'll never happen. Greed's too powerful.
It's got to stop, though. We
It's
have to
not
stop
going
that
to.
shit. It has to.
All right.
And you know what's going to help stop it is all the automation. I mean, let's face it. They don't have to really pick strawberries anymore. They got combines that'll pull them up, or equipment that could be attached to combines that'll pull them up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get it. That you're talking one thing.
well,
Them
that's
guys will-
everything, though. I mean, they got
The strawberry.
robots will give us free labor again.
Man, this is going to be how long before that's in effect?
I don't think it's as far off as you. I mean, they've shown them out there doing everything. Did you see Kardashian took one shopping with her?
Oh, geez.
It was like carrying her bags, walking behind her. It was out in the public doing its thing, walking around.
That's carrying her bags, okay, but it ain't doing a skilled labor.
I'm just saying. They could be designed and built to do each thing too. So instead of like having one robot that's universal, you could have one that's designed to hang drywall.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? You could have one that's designed to frame a house. You could have, I mean, they could all be that way.
Good. Have one come fold my clothes.
I mean, I don't know. It's just, there's an obsession in
So they
America
said-
with it. And they're saying the same things. Like the Democrat Party is saying the exact same things that they said when they were trying to not abolish slavery. And that was that who's going to do these jobs that Americans don't want to do? That's what they're saying.
Well, then the pay is going to go up. Somebody's going to go do it.
That's what I said. That's what I was mad at Bush years ago. Bush said that we need illegal immigrants to do the jobs Americans don't want to do. And it pissed me off because I thought immediately Americans just don't want to do them for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to do them for free. It's not that they won't do them. It's just they don't want to do them for nothing. And plus, but the other thing with that is like those jobs, like picking strawberries and blueberries and stuff like that, those are kids' jobs too. Those are supposed to be like kids in high school earning some extra money. You know what I mean? That's how it used to be. I remember we used to go to Avon and pick, I think it was grapes. We would go pick in Avon. But right on the corner where all that shopping centers and stuff are, we would go and earn extra money picking grapes over there with them. With somebody. I forget who it was. I'd have to ask Danny who we were over. It was one of somebody we knew that we would go over. It was like her dad's house, and we'd get paid to pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's probably just doing you guys a favor. Paying you.
No. That they pay the kids in the neighborhood. They would get paid per bushel. That's how you'd go there, and you'd get paid per bushel. That's the way it used to be. Like that's how it was getting picked after there was no slaves. You just have kids. Same as like when they're trying to say that McDonald's needs to pay a living wage. No, they don't. Pizza shops don't need to pay a living wage. They don't. I mean, those are jobs for high school kids. That's where the high school kids are supposed to be working. Or college kids, whatever it is. But they're not people supporting their families. If you have a family, go look for a better job. Do whatever you have to get a better job.
You can move up the chain. McDonald's, you can be
No,
manager.
you can, but not at some local
District.
pizza shop or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, but do better for yourself. You've got a family. I mean, it's your responsibility, not the country's. It's your responsibility to go do better for your family. So what it is. It's your responsibility. You got a family. You get your ass out there and make a way for your family. Be a man. But that's not what they want. They want us to dumb it down and
So if your back's hurting, just go to work.
figure it out,
Be a
man.
man.
Be a man. That's right. Figure it out. Take some leave and move on. That's what I do.
Them videos are pretty funny with that guy that does that.
that's the problem too, is they're trying to get rid of masculinity in the whole world. Like, it's always horrible to be, like, isn't that, you ain't got a man explain it to me. It's like,
right. No, you do need a man to explain it to you.
yes, you do see some mansplaining, it sounds like, you know what I mean? But they wanted to make it bad if you're masculine, if you're being like a normal.
Well, the women are trying to be more masculine now, and it's kind of gross to me, but whatever.
So the theory is, I have to, or the world needs to accept me. I was born this way, unless it was a masculine man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then that's not acceptable. And we're born that way. I mean, a masculine man is born that way. I mean, from the time they're young, that's just who they are for the most part.
Nah, I think it's a lot to do with their upbringing.
Well, I mean, that's nurture over nature, they say. But I mean, I think it's a combination. I'm a firm believer in both.
I think it has a lot to do with your upbringing.
Somewhat, to some degree. But I mean,
like you said, your dad used to take you on roasts when you were young.
He did.
He took you on all kinds of jobs when you was young.
He did.
So that gave you putting it in the direction I'm saying.
To some degree, yeah. But I mean, everybody in my house would like worked always. Like,
exactly.
That's just how you
what
did
I'm saying,
it.
If you had, let's just put it out there, 2 women that raised you, and from being born, he wasn't raised by 2 women.
The hell I wasn't. What are you talking about?
So your dad wasn't involved with you?
Not very much. My dad, no, my dad was not. My dad, I would go see on occasion, not even every weekend. My dad lived in California and Alabama a huge portion of my life. He didn't come back here until I was about 17, 16.
When you didn't work with him when you were younger?
I would work with Randy more than my dad because my dad wasn't around.
A male figure is what I'm saying. I ain't saying just your dad, but I'm saying a male figure was in your life.
I get that, yeah.
And you worked. They taught you some ways.
I mean, Randy was like, he was smoking weed with us when we were like 13 doing roofs. That was a bad example.
You got the roofs done though, didn't you?
We did get the roofs done. Yes, we did. But yeah, I mean, no, I was raised by 2 women. I mean, to say I wasn't is just, that's a horrible explanation.
That's not what I'm saying though. You had men in your life that would take you on jobs and show you a manly way. That's what I'm saying.
That is true. That's true. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I did it early on, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Then you went from there and kept doing the manly ways.
You know what? Honestly, that might have came from my adulthood, though, from Jimmy Dean. When I met Jimmy Dean, probably. Honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, yeah, Jimmy Dean probably taught me more about that aspect. I always was a hard worker. My dad busted his ass, so I was always like, I felt like that's how you do. Yeah, you got to bust your ass.
You go
right. But Jimmy probably, I would say, taught me more about just being a man in general, because my dad, to being a man was hard work. You know what I mean? To Jimmy Dean, being a man was more like, taking care of your bills and your family, and you know what I mean? Like, my dad, your family was always taken care of, but you didn't have the best. But you never, you weren't going to go without 100%, but you weren't going to have anything nice, or
have
you know what I mean?
Shoes you wanted.
If I had the new shoes, I was going to go earn them. He wasn't buying them. I mean, that was just how it was.
You want it? You better go get it. I ain't giving it to you.
No, yeah. I mean, and my mom was with Herman until I was, God, I don't remember how old I was when Herman got out of there. Maybe 13, maybe 12. I don't know. 12, 13 when Herman got out. From that age on, it was 2 women raising me. Yeah, 100%. But my mom was, she was rough on me. She wasn't going to let you slack off, or, you know what I mean? She believed in, you better be a man. You need to be a man, It's just how she was in general. But yeah, so yeah, I was raised by 2 women. To say I wasn't is an insult to my mother and to Nellie.
Whatever you say. That wasn't even what I was saying, but you could twist it however you want.
I just went by what you said.
Oh, whatever. I was saying you had men in your life that showed you manly things. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, I think that everybody does. It's whether you choose to accept them. Like, I would always, that's what I'm saying. It's nature over nurture. Because, like, Brandon, I mean, and Brandon's manly, but he grew up in the house with like his dad was like constantly. He had a '66 Vet. He had an old Harley. He would tear them down, rebuild them, stuff like that. Brandon couldn't freaking do anything with the car. I mean, he couldn't change the oil because he just had no interest in it. But me, when I was a kid, I would walk over to Dale's and just like, that's what I mean. I couldn't help myself. He's working on a car. I'm going to help him. I was pumping the brakes or, you know what I mean? Whatever I needed to do.
Kind of just justifying what I'm saying.
No.
In your life?
I did, but I chose to go towards him. Brandon was raised by just a man and didn't do any of those things. You know what I mean? He had never had any.
That's a way total character than what we're talking about here.
It's nature over nurture is all I'm saying. I think nature plays a big part of it. Yes, you can have people that you go, but if you don't go to them, is what I'm saying. Some people just by just the way it is, that's just they want that attracts them. It's just like my wife. You put on a story on the news about who knows, like Israel and Palestine. When I'm talking to that guy, and that's interesting to me. I want to know about it. Her friend come over yesterday for Dylan's birthday, and I'm asking them about stuff. You know what I mean? Because they're Palestinian, and her mom actually lives over there now, and she was there. She can't even speak English, but I was asking questions, and so I just can't help myself. Man, I don't give a shit or care. Like, that's just like you're annoying her even having a conversation. Yeah. She paid so little attention. She's like, you didn't make them mad, did you? I'm like, for what? I just asked a couple of questions. She's like, okay, I'm just checking, just making sure. She just has no interest in it. You know what I mean?
How do they react to you asking them questions?
Well, they reacted okay. And I didn't push nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't push. Like, she says that, you know, like when they have Israel people in their, you know, that they take care of them and they return them in good health and things like that. And that when Jews have Palestinians, they come back, they're sick. Sometimes they die. They don't even pay attention. That's what she says. She said they steal their land, they take their land, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's one side of the story, though. Yeah.
I mean, they did take their land. That is a factual thing. In 48, they basically came in and gave them what's now Israel. They went into Palestine and gave it to them after like World War II and all that. They gave Israel their own state, essentially. And they pushed out all the Palestinian people. And I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm defending the Palestinians, but it's a true fact that is, in fact, what happened. Now, the thing is why they can't live together, I don't understand. I don't understand why they can't just live together like we do in the United States together. Like, you know, I'm next to somebody who's Palestinian, and you know what I mean? And I have friends that are Jewish. I have friends that are Muslim. I have friends that are, you know, don't even believe in any God whatsoever. So, I mean, I just look at it, and I have friends that are Hare Krishna or whatever. So, I mean, why can't they just live that way? Why is there this constant anger? And then when I asked her, she said, well, the problem is that the young kids, you know, she said, they grow up, and because there has been a lot of wars there. Like, you know, he even talked about it when I had him on the interview. He was talking about how there was a war there, all the different wars, and he's been to 3 of them in 91 or something, 2005, and then, you know, this recent one, he went back there. So, you know, you think about that, 91, 2005, and 24, those are people who, when they were kids, they probably lost their parents or they lost somebody that was important to them. And a lot of times it is their parents. So they're pissed off. They want revenge. You know what I mean? And that's something I don't know how you get away from it. I suggested to her that what they need is the mafia over there. That's what I think would solve it.
What the fuck?
She said they would kill him. I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. An organized crime syndicate like we had in the United States dropped in there. If they started doing that, I think it would 100%, they would get control. Because the problem is in Palestine, they're not doing anything. They're not doing any business in Palestine and in Gaza. right now. There really isn't much business being done in there. Everybody who worked in there, even before October 7th, mostly were in construction, and they were working in Israel for Israel people. They weren't doing like, they don't have any factory there where they're building their own thing. They don't have a resort. I mean, they've got all that beachfront. They could have a resort. If you put in the mafia where they want to make money, they put a nice resort up there. They'd have, the Israelis would be over there vacationing. And the mafia would be making sure that everything was in check so that nobody frickin', ruined their money that's flowing in. Yeah, I believe that's what they need. Organized crime. I swear to God, I think that's what they need.
Who the hell did you hear that?
I made it up.
Oh, thank God.
I think that's the only answer. There's no other answer, I don't think, with them. Because the problem is, like right now, what they have is they have a leader who's running things that
is focused on
Israel, and they want the land to the sea, from the mountains, from the river to the sea.
But I'm saying you change the leadership, then it's going to go a different way.
But they've changed it a million times, and it just keeps going back to the same.
The people with the same kind of agendas. You change the leadership, and that's where it's at. I don't know about no mafia shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think that's what it needs. Organized crime. I think if the Palestinians got together, so a group of them, a good group of them, and they did mafia mentality and ran through Gaza, that within 10 years, that place would be making money, profiting, taking care of itself, and all the crime stuff would go away.
Yeah, I think you just put better leadership in there.
Nah, I don't think so. I think that's what you need, mafia. True story. I believe it. Because the problem with the leadership is that the leadership is there. All they're doing in that leadership role is they're trying to get help from everybody else. They want money from Iran. They want money from Saudi Arabia. They want money from, they need to be supporting themselves, and they're not going to do it until like a mafia type company or a mafia group comes in there. And I'm not saying for like an Italian group to come in there. I'm saying they need to build their own network, and instead of being terrorists to try and go kill Israel or whatever, turn Gaza into the most glamorous thing in the world. Well, why not?
Probably got a lot of natural resources over there they don't use.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They definitely got all that beachfront. You could have a resort town. Dude, everybody would be there if there was no fear of getting blown up and all the anger and stuff that's going on there. And if you had the mafia in charge over there, they'd make sure of it. You wouldn't go turn your back on the mafia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but other people's goals ain't the same as other people's goals. Like you're thinking money, resort, blah blah blah. They don't want that. They want land. They want their land.
That's what he said in his book, is that they won't go to the beach or anything of that nature because they don't want the world to see them enjoying life. They want the world to see them as miserable. That's silly.
That's
why? Because you want help. If you had the finances, you wouldn't want help. If you were making money over there, if everybody in Gaza Strip was making money, putting additions on their houses and not living in tents, freaking enjoying life, having nice vehicles and some nice things, they probably would be just fine with how things are. But they're not. Instead, they're choosing to be miserable so the world will help them. They want the world to look at them and help them because they have no help. They have no finances there. They're all like, half of them are broke right now because they can't go to Israel because Israel pulled all their work permits. So now they're all starving over there because most of them work construction in Israel.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about all that.
Now, I didn't either until I read that book, and then I sat and talked with him on that. And then I asked her yesterday, and she said, like, I think like her brother's having trouble taking care of her mom because he can't work because his work permit was taken away, And they're not in Gaza, though. I forget what town she said she's in, but it's not Gaza.
Probably falls in the same rules.
It's similar, yeah. It's just the same sort of thing, basically.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, why not have mafia? What's wrong with mafia? I mean, I think it's a good idea.
I don't. I just think you go from the leadership.
Don't you think the mafia would have less deaths, but more controlled deaths than you would have with what's there now? Like, you're not losing buildings and blowing up everything and hospitals and everything, but the mafia, they're in there. They know. They're those people. They just, like, you just tread the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's just like us saying, they should have just left the mafia alone here.
Well, the mafia still exists here.
Yeah, they're all corporate and different.
I get it, but they built their. I mean, the mafia would disappear once they're making their own money. Once they have resorts that are cleaning house and they got a couple factories where they're making money and they got. I mean, you know
You're trying to create trying to create old money is what you're trying to do.
Create what?
Old money.
No, any money. They don't have any.
No, that ain't what I'm saying.
Any money.
No. You ain't getting what I'm saying. You know how people say old money? That's old money. That's like people that got the money from slavery and all that stuff, and they still got generations and generations that still got wealth.
That's generational wealth, yeah.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You're trying to create old money.
Well, they have plenty of that. Palestinians and Arabics, there's plenty with old money. I mean, but there's plenty that are broke, too. Gaza Strip is mostly poor, though. But, yeah, there's plenty that have old money, for sure. There's lots of them that have old money.
Yeah, but what you're saying is you're trying to create old money. So you're saying go through all the hard times right now so they can build all these resorts and everything else, what you're talking about, lakefront, all this stuff. So it ain't going to be beneficial to people now. It's going to be
No, it will be because they're earning money building it. They're working. And they're not relying on Israel to go to work. Right now, they're building like Israel. Israel specifically prefer Palestinian contractors because they're better at what they do. That's what they said. That was like that's a common thing. Palestinians are better contractors and carpenters than Israelis are.
Well, they just need to step their game up.
The Palestinians? That's what I'm saying, for yourself, right? And I think the mob would be the better.
I don't agree with that.
I think the mob, driven by community, because mobs had their place when they were here. They just did. I mean, that Italian communities and stuff that they were in back when they first started mob, they weren't getting help from the government. You know what I mean? They had to make it on their own.
To me, that's two different things.
It is?
Hell yeah.
How?
Because that was.
Do you think America would be where it is today if there was no mob?
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's just been a different way, that's all.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
Different people in places, but it wouldn't be. I don't think we'd have fell apart without them.
I think they were keeping a lot of shit in line. I do. They kept their neighborhoods in line.
I don't know. I think you watch too many movies.
Well, it's true, though. They did keep their neighborhoods in line.
Yeah, to their benefit, to their way. That's all that was. What do you mean? I don't understand that.
But they let everybody make money. It's not that they didn't let people make money.
That was like based on bullying and shit. I don't get that. I don't get how you feel that would be a good thing. I really don't.
Because right now, what's going on is they're just spending all their resources and time.
There's other ways.
And effort
put
in trying to kill
crime
Israel.
Organization in it. Like that will make sense to me.
Because you can't rely on their leadership. Because their leadership is getting their money solely from like Iran or Saudi Arabia. And those people are giving them their money because they want them to attack Israel. That's the only reason they're getting money from them, from Iran, is to attack Israel. That's their whole purpose, is to attack Israel. And she actually told me yesterday she believes that the whole Hamas is ran by Israel, and they want them to attack them so that they have an excuse to attack back and take their land. That's what she thinks. She believes that.
Everybody got different beliefs.
I didn't say she was right or wrong, but that's what she specifically told me. You know, that they want to take everything. They want to take Jordan. They want to take Egypt. They want to take everything, she says.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go back to that. I don't think organized crime is the answer, is what I'm saying.
Well, you can't deal with the politicians that are getting their money from Iran.
You're right. There's got to be a different solution, but I don't think that's it.
Because the mafia used to take care of, like, if you had a problem, you go to your mafia boss. Like, for instance, if you're in that area, you know, your water is out. You don't have no water. You know, and you talk to your mafia boss, he says, let's see what we could do. And then you're indebted to him a little bit, but he does take care of it, gets you solved.
So organized crime is the answer, is what you think?
I do. I think it could help.
Jesus. Okay.
I think so, yeah. I'm not saying for them to be just straight criminals, but yeah, I think they should just organize themselves and take care of it.
Organize themselves and everything else, but like a mafia mentality is not it, I don't think. So we'll agree to disagree, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah, I think it would solve everything over there. That's my opinion. I think it solves it all. I think it'd be a wonderful idea.
I think you're taking a handful of people and benefiting from it then everybody.
Everybody benefits if Palestine or if Gaza Strip is supporting itself and not having to go do construction in Israel.
You're probably right.
Everybody benefits from that.
Not the way to get there. I don't think you're right. I don't think so.
But their leadership ain't doing it any other way, so they should just do it themselves.
So organize something and do it yourself. But not like a mafia crime organization to run it. That to me is ridiculous.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's the way to go.
Okay.
I mean, I just...
we agree on a lot of things and we disagree on a lot of things. I definitely disagree with that one.
Well, the thing is, because you don't look at the mafia, right? I look at the mafia like their family.
You're looking at it like it's all... You got even if they were just killing 5 people, but they still gave this other family a turkey for Thanksgiving. No, that's to me.
What I'm saying is that if you're going against what's best for the community, and they go in and wipe and shoot you down because you're an asshole, that's so much better than frickin' missiles shooting over and blowing up the hospital. That just doesn't make sense.
No, I don't agree with you. No,
I 100%. I would much rather have. You know what? What would you rather live in Germany and Russia in World War II, or in the streets of New York during mafia times?
That's a way off thing. I'd rather.
That's exactly the same. That's how it is right now. Yes, it is. They're leveling their hospitals. They're leveling their houses. They're leveling the neighborhoods.
And all I'm saying is there's got to be a different solution. I don't think bringing an organized crime in there and trying to just forcefully change it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go in there.
Not us. I'm saying them themselves do it. I'm saying that the Palestinians should organize a crime syndicate. That's what I'm saying. A mafia, similar to a crime syndicate. Maybe they're not going to try and push drugs, or they're not going to do this, but whatever they do it themselves, and they put it together and run it on their own and go in there and make their money. And as soon as everything gets better, everybody falls in line. That shit that's going on right now, where they're blowing everything up, leveling the frickin', it's crazy, dude. They're leveling shit. We can't even imagine what that could look like. I mean, mafia is by far 10 times less than what they got going on right now. They're just like bombs coming in the middle. They have a thing, an app that comes on their phone that, like we do for
yeah, you told me before, it's like a warning thing.
Yeah, missile incoming warning. That's what comes across, instead of like we get them and they're annoying with the Amber Alerts or tornadoes, seek cover. They get them for missiles all the time, and it just comes across their phone screaming that there's a missile on the way.
You think I'm not agreeing with you that it's horrible over there?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying mafia is far better, is all I'm saying.
Than what?
Than what's going on there today.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying mafia is better than what?
Well, because the problem is that the government keeps changing, and it's going to change hands. So maybe they have peace for 10 years or something. But the mafia wouldn't change. They would just keep things intact for a while. It's not much different than, I mean, the Taliban kept everything together in Afghanistan. They did. The Taliban kept Afghanistan on their toes. Like, they kept everything, everybody was functioning well, doing their own thing. Now, they were a group that wished for worse, though. They like the Taliban, they weren't they're too far. The Talibans are like, they were extremists on the end of the religion end of it, the Muslim end of it. I'm talking just that soul, like, they're out there trying to make money for profit. They're just trying to make money. That's what they're doing. That's their game, is to make money.
I don't know. I think this conversation's kind of, I don't know anything about that place. I don't claim to, but I don't think an organized crime unit for solving anything is just ridiculous. I don't think so.
Yeah, I like it. I think it would work.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me. I don't know what else the other answer is. There's no other answer.
No, that's a weird answer or a solution you came up with. I don't think that's it.
It's the other answers are that you put other people in power, but they eventually get changed out. They get voted out. They get this. They get that.
Yeah, they get blowed up. Whatever.
And if you put somebody who's in power that's friendly with Israel, then they freak out. They think that you're just coming in to take everything from them. So it gets even a worse issue. That's how Hamas is in charge today, because if you're being too friendly with Israel.
I think neither one of us know enough about that place to comment on it.
I've been learning a lot about it as of late, and I think that's the only way I can see. I can't see, like, because to me the best thing that could happen to that place is if they were a one-state solution. Like if the whole thing just became one state. In fact, I would go a step further. I think that maybe Gaza should be Palestine, Israel be Israel, Egypt be Egypt, Saudi Arabia, but they should unite and be a United States. I think they should be their own states and do a United States like we do. And they have a federal government that oversees all of it. That's what I think would be actually even the best solution for anybody, because
There's too many different conflicts, it'll never happen.
I agree, but I mean, we have all the different personalities living in our country, and we don't have as much of a problem.
Started as that, though.
What's that?
Our country.
Yeah.
To go into something and just change it now and be like, oh, this is how.
I mean, it started as Indians' property, actually.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying what we're talking about as it is now. It just came from all kinds of cultures coming in.
Did you see they want to take? There was a woman who suggested that they take, what was it, Vermont, United States, or New York, Delaware, and connect them to Canada and just leave the United States because Trump won. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's absolutely insanity.
Yeah, we're Canadians now.
Yeah, that's what they suggested. Yeah, we're Canadians now. Yeah. That's their suggestion.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's Canada's like, so like they get that opportunity to just like, oh, we have universal health care, we have this, we have that. Yeah, but you don't pay for fucking wars or soldiers or anything.
Welfare like us.
Yeah, like, I mean, come on, shut up. I get tired of hearing their bullshit. I don't want nothing to do with any of that. They're talking about the tariffs, like, because Trump said he's going to put 25% on Mexico and Canada, and then add another 10 to China, which everybody's like, oh, that's ridiculous. Only 10 to China, but 25 to our neighbor. But it's the reason is because we already have high tariffs on China. You know what I mean? They're already there. They already exist in China. So when you add 10, it's going to be far more than what Canada and Mexico is going to have.
Yeah, and their percentage of coming in is just so much more.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like Mexico, I understand, but how come Canada? I don't understand. Like, what do we get from Canada? I know we get lumber from them, Crown Royal.
Oh, shit.
Sierra Mist. Canadian Club.
It probably comes from New York. No,
drywall.
Oh, yeah. We used to get it right here at the gypsum plant.
Yeah. I mean, I see it a lot of times from Canada, drywall. Yeah. Lumber, I know a lot of it comes from Canada.
Yeah.
And we used to, at one time, there was a drywall, like 2007, there was so much construction going on in the United States in 2007 that you couldn't get drywall. It was so hard. And we were getting, it was from Egypt. We called it elephant board. It was heavy as shit. And it kept coming
glued, yeah.
Yeah, the paper kept like blistering and shit on it. In fact, that house I had on Albrecht, we used some of it, and it blistered on me because it was from Egypt. It was Egyptian board.
Oh, what year was that? There was a thing of bad glue. You remember that?
Mm-mm.
They had some bad glue. It was setting off like fumes out of it.
On what? Glue? On drywall or plywood?
I think it was both.
Okay.
The drywall, it had it done there too. They had to go rip it off all kinds of brand new houses and stuff.
Yeah, there was a couple houses that Egyptian board had to be taken off, and you knew it too. It was heavy as shit, and it had elephants on it. There was elephant
for real?
stamped on it. Yeah, just like Canada has their thing on it.
Probably made them put it on there.
The elephants.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of seem like they are into elephants.
Well, I'm saying they had to probably put some kind of thing on there to identify it as being from where it was from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Probably
I
something.
think doesn't everybody mark their products anyways though?
Yeah, but not really generic. Think about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's generic though. I think that was probably for them to supply the United States. It was probably a pretty big company, right? I mean, it probably was
saying.
a huge
I'm saying
company.
the labeling is like generic,
Yeah.
basically you got to put some kind of identification on it. That's probably what it was. The little elephants.
Yeah, everybody has to know what it is. That's
where it came from. Just a quick glance and you know where it came from.
Right. It was heavy as shit too. I don't know what they used for drywall out there. It was heavy as hell.
I don't remember the elephant things on there. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was on the back of it. You know, it was on the back of the sheets.
Don't remember it. I probably dealt with it and don't even remember it.
Johnny Newpin said they don't have funds to organize that sort of thing. They could though. They could. I mean, nobody had funds when they started for anything, did they?
Right.
I mean, that's. I mean, you have resources there and hard workers. So I mean.
So you get a businessman to go over there and you get a couple. You pay some guys good, like from there you get groups of guys and you start a business and you start growing and.
Yeah, but when you got like
organized.
A group that's like going in and killing 3,000 Jews right next door. I mean, you could. It's hard to get anybody to want to build, say a resort when missiles could be coming in anytime soon. Well, you know what I mean?
So you think an organized crime goes in there and missiles still can't come in there?
I don't think that. I don't, and I could be wrong, but I don't think that if Gaza was friendly to Israel, I don't believe Israel would attack back. I really don't believe that.
Let's not even get back on that.
You know what I think too? I think the only thing that we should fund for any country is anti-defense things. I was thinking about that too.
They would just turn them over to offensive shit.
Like that Iron Dome that Israel has. Like to me, that's like a peacekeeping piece of equipment. Like I could see the United States funding that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with that. Like if we're helping, like they want to give like missiles, like they just gave long range missiles from Ukraine to Russia. They gave them the approval for that. U.S. I don't think that's right. I think like the only thing we should ever agree to fund would be like anti-missile stuff and things like. I think that's the only thing we need to agree to a fund over there. Protect them, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it to me as a peacekeeping weapon.
There we go. I think we're talking about stuff we don't know too much about. I think a good offense is a good defense. So
I don't know. When you look at that Iron Dome in action, that shit is badass.
I've seen it a couple times.
I mean, that's pretty badass. Like I could see like funding that, not funding like shooting ballistic missiles into Russia.
That's what I'm saying. Good offense is good defense.
Not for Ukraine though. Ukraine, I mean that they can't do that on their own. So now Russia believes that America is attacking them because that's what it is. It's an American weapon coming in at them. To me, that's all bad. So now
that's where I'm twisted on that. I'm like, if you're gonna go help somebody, you help them 100%. If you're not, just stay out of it.
You either help them 100% or you will fund an Iron Dome type situation. That's it.
I say all or nothing, to be honest with you.
I mean, the Iron Dome protects you. We will give you this to protect you, or we'll come in and we'll fight it with you. One of the two, but no in between. Like this bullshit that they're doing now where they're funding this and it's the same thing that happened with the Osama bin Laden. We funded him in Afghanistan to try and get Russia to it, but he was fighting Russians actually at the time. And we funded him the whole way through. We fund his whole process, and then whenever we stop, then all of a sudden it's over, and now he's hating us because of it. You know what I mean? And we funded the whole thing. There was no reason for us to fund that at all. If Russia's in there, nothing for us to do. Now, an Iron Dome? Yes. Or we go in there and actually fight with them? Yes. But not just here, just you do what you do and we'll keep feeding you some weapons and money. You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense to me. If we're going to fund it, the only thing that America should be funding, first of all, I don't think we should be funding anything because we're $36 trillion in debt. So they said that right now our interest payments in the United States are more than our defense budget is. Our interest payments on the money we owe is more than our total defense budget. That is insanity. That doesn't make any sense. And we're giving more money to people. Why would we be giving money we don't have?
Oh, we got it. We just printed it out.
But then that reduces the value of your money. I mean,
right.
And then that's where inflation comes in.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think the U.S. should just file bankruptcy, start fresh.
What would China do if we filed like on $36 trillion?
Take it as a loss.
No, I don't think they would.
What are they going to do?
They're going to come attack you.
Let them.
They're going to make you give up land. They're going to make you do something.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're going to. I mean, that's $36 trillion, dude. They're not just going to take that. Like, they're not. First of all, China's not underneath our bankruptcy laws. You can't just file bankruptcy on. That's a world stage. That has nothing to do with the United States law.
It doesn't matter. You know, when bill collector calls, you just hang up the phone. You're like, look, dude, I ain't got it. Bye.
But you just see what I'm saying, though. I mean, you can understand what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Why are we giving money to people when we're just borrowing it from someone else? That doesn't make sense.
Like I said, there's a lot of things we don't understand about that stuff. And I don't really talk about shit like that because I don't understand it. And
you understand you don't loan money you ain't got. You understand that. You ain't got. That's the problem. They want to make everything complicated. Fuck that. That's not complicated. If I ain't got the money to loan you, I ain't got the money to loan you. Go talk to China. Why are we paying interest to them to give to someone else?
We probably give them money.
Let China give that money to them and collect interest on them. Fuck that. Why are we paying for it?
There's a whole other thing about that. I don't think it's exactly the way we're saying.
Oh, it is. At the end of the day, at the bottom line, that's how it is. That at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is that we're borrowing money we don't have to give to somebody else to fight a war against somebody we don't want to go fight against. Essentially.
So, if we owe them all this money, like how are we? How are we ahead on anything?
We're not. It's my whole point.
I'm not talking money wise. I'm talking like defensive, military. They say we got the best military. How? If we owe them so much money and they're the ones with the power basically. If you're owed the money, I guess you got the power, right? So
yeah, because China's been playing us forever. We don't want to go to war against China. I don't think we have the best. I think China would take us out. Well, I mean, China, dude, that's a lot of freaking soldiers to compete with.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. How are they going to get here?
They got ships. I
know, and then we blow their ships up, and then we'll never get to our coastline. But anyways, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying why, like money-wise. That's what I'm saying. There's way more to it than what we're talking. Just owing and this and that. No, it's not like that.
It is. At the end of the day, it is.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So why would they keep giving us that? Okay.
Because they want to because their economy is only doing what it's doing because everything they make is sold in America. We're buying their shit.
But how are we buying it if we owe them money? That doesn't make any sense.
Because that's their economy would go to shit if we didn't buy their products.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So there's a benefit for them for us owing them. Believe that.
Oh, I'm not saying there isn't, but why should all of our money be going to that?
Going to what?
To other wars that have nothing to do with us, and then interest payments on top of that.
We do get payback on that.
No, Trump is the only one that went after NATO and made them start paying their fair share, but no, we don't. We did for like Japan or something. We pay something back, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't even know if that's true because didn't we go rebuild Japan, the whole country? Or at least two of the cities, right?
I don't know. That's what I said. We're talking about stuff I don't know nothing about.
But common sense will tell you whatever you. I mean, regardless.
You're saying common sense, but that is not common sense. That doesn't make any sense. If you owed me, just say $15,000,
right?
I'm not going to continue dealing with you until you paid me my $15 million or 15,000, whatever I said. You get what I'm saying? Why would I keep dealing with you?
Because you can't. Your economy will crap. That's why their economy will take a shit. So that's
what I'm saying. There's way more to it than what we're just saying, owing and not owing. It's way more than that.
It isn't, though.
We just agreed it was. What do you mean?
We didn't agree to that. You said it. It didn't mean we agreed to it.
You said because your economy would crash.
Their economy would shit because they're just walking all over us.
So then there's more to it than just owing or not, right?
They don't care because they have the money because they're selling us all their goods. If we just made those goods here and then buy them from them, we'd probably have the money too. And they don't want us to figure that out. So they just keep loaning the money. That's just what it is, dude. That's
exactly. So it's not just them owing or us owing them. It's not just that.
But we're putting ourselves where we're more and more further and further in debt to them.
Yeah.
For other people, not even for U.S. citizens. It's not for U.S. citizens.
So let's put it like this. We're never paying them that money. Never.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I think we will.
I don't think so.
I think that it'll happen real soon,
when have we broke even with them? Like, what year has just been an even year? Never. We've always been going into debt.
I don't think that's true.
Okay.
I want to say that I want to say, I could be wrong, but I want to say in the 90s we got ourselves up to snuff and where our books were right. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look at it, but I think in the 90s we were squared up. I think in the 90s we got squared up.
Look it up.
A hell of a lot closer.
When's the last time that the U.S. was broke even with China? Never.
Right. We could Google that.
I bet never.
You bet never?
Well, I would say never before 1960.
All right. So if we look at this.
It's going to say.
Huh?
It's going to say, haha, never. That's what I'm saying. There's way more to it than just owing and not owing.
I don't know if I agree with that.
You did disagree with it.
I didn't. You are not saying what that is not what I agreed with. I promise you.
I said there's more to it than just owing or not owing, and you said because. Why did you say because of what? Because their economy would crash if we didn't buy from them.
Yeah, but it's still putting us at their mercy. It's just like if I owed you $15,000, anything you needed from me, I'd have to go take care of it for you, wouldn't you?
No.
Yes, you would.
No, you wouldn't. You'd turn your back and be like, "Fuck you! I ain't doing shit until you give me my money." That's exactly what.
No. If you owe me if I owe you $15,000, anytime you call me, I better come help you for whatever you need, right? I better. I mean,
I'd cut my losses. I'll tell you that. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm done with you."
I'm not saying, but you see what I'm saying, though. I mean,
you see what I'm saying. It's not clear. It's not just that we owe them, and it's not.
It is, though. At the end of the day, it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it is. At the end of the day, you're taking our money and paying it to interest. More than you're paying for military, you're paying for interest. And what is that doing but making us weak, and China's kicking our ass in that process? China is just overwhelmingly kicking our ass when it comes to when's the last time? What am I putting in here? When's the last time?
The U.S. deficit, I guess.
The U.S. deficit. The U.S. here. The last time the U.S. had no deficit. Here we go. 2001. I told you. I thought that they got it in the 90s. I thought I was right about that. 2001. So, yeah, it is possible. 100% possible.
Okay, so you broke even 1 year.
Yeah, and then they kept fucking spending. It's not 1 year. That's not true.
Well, I'm saying.
That we were completely out of debt with them. But the problem is that this is the problem. So American companies that have had the better technology and things have sent it to China to have them make it.
Right. Then they copy it.
And they copy it and just send it back with a different branding. And there's nothing we can do because they aren't privy to our copyright laws in the United States. So there's absolutely nothing we can do about it.
Other than not send the shit over.
Well, see, that's where I think the tariff should be. Like, if it comes back without the right branding to the United States, that we should, at that point, it should be like a 300% tariff. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. I mean, if it comes back and if you send back the same exact chip, but without Apple's name on it or whatever's name on it, that's an American company that sent it over there. If you send over a copy of it and it breaks our...
So you're saying when it comes in, it should follow our guidelines. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, when I'm
our
saying
copyright.
If it breaks our copyright laws, it should be a 300, 400, 500,000% tariff on it. That's what I think. If it breaks our copyright laws, I mean, I see where I think that's a fair. I think that's a very fair.
And you're saying we need it, so how we're gonna?
No, we already have it. They're making it in an American company for an American company, but they start making it for themselves. So they would just send the same thing over, but it would be the American company's version, not their version of it. The problem where that comes into play is they send over a tractor that's using our technology or something. So now you got to go through the whole tractor and every part in the tractor. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's where that becomes a problem, I think, in my opinion. But I still think that it would be... it would make sense. Why would you just let them keep doing that if it's breaking the copyright laws? There should be something. If you're selling it in the U.S., there should be. Still doesn't help the fact that
if we're getting it shipped in, so basically we're getting it shipped in because it's cheaper to have it made there and then back. So now we're gonna basically tax ourselves more on buying the shit.
Only if it's not got our branding on it. If it's not our company's stuff.
At that point, who cares whose branding it is? You're paying 300 times more.
Because we probably buy 40% of the products, and it's not, honestly, it's not America. That's the problem with it, because we may even have those copyright laws. The biggest problem is that they can sell iPhones and things like that they make for us all over the world with no copyright laws whatsoever.
Well, you know that when you ship it there, so you got to adjust. Don't ship the shit there, or ship everything there that you could have come back and then put one small, very important part on it that we make here. This way, they ain't going to have that part.
And it's a possibility. Or that technology's away from it or something. That's a possibility.
But what I'm saying is there's more to that, too. Like I said, if we're shipping it there to get made, it's cheaper to get it made there.
Yeah, China's just bitch slapping us.
Yeah, so then why are we going to tax ourselves basically to 300 times more?
Because China, it's cheaper to make shit in China because they have to put nets around their fucking building because employees are just jumping out the fucking windows to try and kill themselves.
I don't care about their nets.
I do.
Why?
Because that's nothing more than slave labor. It's the same thing we started the show with.
Well, what I'm saying is, why are we shipping something there?
Because it's cheaper. The same reason we use slaves and the same reason we use illegal immigrants to do shit here.
We're basically screwing ourselves by recharging ourselves.
But it's not us. It's independent companies that did that, not us. It's not like I did it. It's whoever Microsoft is. You said put a
300% tariff on it. So when it comes back...
1,000.
Okay, 1,000%.
Yeah.
So if you're going to send something there because to keep your business afloat, you got to send it there to get it cheaper to come back so you can resell it. So now you're going to charge yourself 1,000% more tariff on it. Well, how does that make any sense?
No, if you send it, no, I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. If you send an iPhone over there for them to make the iPhone and the iPhone comes back, there's no tariff on that. If you send an iPhone over there for them to make it, and then all of a sudden a phone starts coming back that's called the iPeel phone, that one's 1,000% tariff is what I'm saying. Not the iPhone, the iPeel phone.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? Like that, like not allowing them to do it without American companies. The problem is that 60% of what they would be selling is probably being sold in the rest of the world. They're probably making them and just selling them to Israel or to Russia, or you know what I'm saying? Because they don't care about our laws either. They don't give a shit about our copyright laws here either. Unless you got on a world stage and got a copyright laws on the world stage, which I think would make more sense than having a World Health Organization.
I just think whatever can't be made here, can't be made here. What?
That's not true. It's just cheaper to make it there.
No, you ain't let me finish. I was saying whatever can't be made here, if there's anything that can't be made here, is the only things that should be made somewhere else. Everything can be made here.
That's what I feel like. That's what I'm saying. It's the same argument I opened up with. It's the argument of slave labor, basically. China is your slave labor, basically. Illegal immigrants is your slave labor.
It's just making us feel better about ourselves by sending it there, having it done with slave labor, and then bringing it back and say, well, we didn't do it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just bullshit.
It is. It's bullshit. It is bullshit because employees are jumping off the frickin', you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's...
It doesn't make sense.
So when they bounce off the debt, they put them back to work?
Yeah. Sorry, boss. Had a moment.
Yeah, just had a little moment there.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're doing pretty much, yeah.
Oh, well.
Speaking of stupid employees,
no.
Watch this one. Did you see? I think I might have sent you this video. This is a guy who's coming in to work on our, what was it? It was maybe our pop, I think. Our multi-flow, I think is what it is. Oh my God, dude.
Seen it.
That is the funniest shit I ever seen. He freaking walks out and jumps out of the freaking car. And it just starts taking off. Now, I don't know if it's rolling. I find it hard to believe that it would roll there, though. Don't you?
No, it's angled there for sure.
It is angled? Okay. So the car wasn't running then?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He just probably didn't put it. I don't know. Why you turn it off while it was in drive, though? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't understand.
He was anxious. He wanted to get a beer.
Or do you think maybe that's a stick shift?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know either. It could have been, though.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I really don't know. But that was hilarious. And I'm sitting here watching it in real time. I don't know what to do. I'm upstairs in the office.
I'm going to run down in time to stop the car.
Yeah, by the time I run down, it's not going to be, I ain't going to be able to stop him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's going to hit something.
For those who just listen, what I was showing was a video of a van that the guy come in, he's a service guy that was here for, I believe it was for, I don't know if it was for the knives. It may have been the knives. It was either the knives or the multi-flow guy, one of the two. And he gets out of the van, opens the door, and the van just starts rolling away. And then he runs back in it and jumps in it, throws a brake on him, stops it. Oh, my God. It was so funny, though. It was not funny at the moment.
You're sitting there at the table like you was going to run?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do, and it wasn't funny then. At that point, I'm like freaked out. Like, what the fuck? You know, what am I going to do here? I mean, I'm all the way up here. I'd have to run all the way down. By then, it's probably hit something or ran into something.
They would have hit them poles.
Yeah, that's what my wife said something about. What if it hit those propane tanks? And it's like, well, they're in the cage.
No, and it was just rolling.
And it was they're behind those bollards.
It doesn't matter if it hit them. Remember that one that hit over there? That was full speed.
Yeah, that was nuts, too. That was crazy.
They throttled into them. Boom.
Yeah, we were all sitting out there then, too.
Crazy.
It was like, it was nuts. I'm like, what in the hell just happened?
They never put it back either.
They never put them. They fixed the brick finally, but they never put the propane tanks back. They're like, no, hell no, I ain't doing that.
Wow. That shit was crazy.
It sure was.
Yeah, we watched it live, and then we went and rewatched it and rewatched it. It was like, what the hell?
Well, I got to go bartend, so we got to get off of here because I have to bartend. Because our poor Azare, you know, she called off last week, and we were all like, that's just not like Azare. Turns out she had a appendicitis or whatever. She had to have her appendix removed, so she had to have surgery.
Damn.
So Azare's not here, and I don't have anyone to cover for me. So, and we're hoping Azare will get better. I think Jess is going to switch with her so that hopefully maybe by Wednesday she'll be able to do it. So we'll see. I'm hoping, but maybe not. If not, I'll be bartending Wednesday too, I guess.
That's understandable.
We said that when it was Azare. We're like, that's not like Azare to do such a thing. You know what I mean?
She loves her job.
No, she's good. She's great. We love Azare. All right, so we're getting out of here, everybody. Make sure you guys stop up and watch the game, get some food, and you have a sexy-ass bartender.
Hey, when you're... I'll tell you off.